¿Qué pasó, cochinos and sucias? I'm Gallo, the chivalrous chauvinist. Welcome to another episode of your favorite podcast. Sucias are my favorite. Today's episode is going to be a little off topic, or very much off topic, and it is why I find Christmas disgusting. I abhor it. I dislike it. I do not hate it. Don't hate Christmas. I feel like if you hate something, you should try to get rid of it. And I'm probably going to lose a lot of you here, but fuck it. Ha. Yeah, if you hate something, you should just go full on Hitler. Although Hitler's more the poster boy rather than who was more effective at it, like Stalin, Genghis, or who's the other one? Crap. But basically, genocide. If you hate something, you should make it your life's mission to eliminate it from Earth. And those are the people that were able to successfully, or nearly successfully, push their agenda and get rid of an entire race. And so, if I truly hated Christmas, or at least the way I believe you should love and hate things, if I truly hated Christmas, then I would make it my life mission to eradicate Christmas from the face of the earth. But I'm not independently wealthy, and I only have like 100 fans, so I doubt I could do anything with you guys. And I doubt you guys would even follow me into the battle of eliminating Christmas, maybe one of you. But hopefully I could probably gain one or two more of you to be on my side after I give you this explanation. So, why I dislike Christmas. 4 reasons. One is that Christmas has absolutely nothing to do with the birth of Jesus Christ. Don't believe me? Google it. When was Jesus Christ born? It's not December 25th. In fact, no one really knows for sure. There's various scholarly arguments as to whether it is or isn't Christmas, or at least at the very least that it is in December. Most of those are Christian scholars and theologians trying to justify it being the 25th. There's a Shia, or rather a Muslim, that wrote ages ago that they believe that Jesus was born in spring, or closer to the spring equinox. Any case, aside from the fact that Christmas, December 25th, has nothing to do with Jesus Christ, on top of that, there's also the whole Santa Claus thing and Yuletide. And quick history lesson, essentially, how far do I want to go? So the Catholic Church made this possible because they wanted to convert pagans into Christianity, or at least Catholicism. So when I say Christianity or Catholicism, I mean it kind of one and the same, specifically towards or regarding Christmas. Although a better analogy for Catholics and Christians is more kind of like Texans and Americans. If you ask me what I am, I'm a Texan, even though on paper I'm American, but I identify as Texan. Similar with Catholics. They are Christian in a sense because they believe in Jesus Christ for redeeming their sins and all that other stuff. But if you ask them what they are, they'll say that they're Catholic. So anyways, I'll use that interchangeably unless I mean specifically Catholics, or have to clarify something between Catholics and Christians, like Martin Luther and Protestants and all that stuff. But the short version, or as short as I can try to do this, is early Christians were persecuted and would be killed for being Christian. Once they came into a little bit more power and decided to establish the Catholic Church, which some people might believe that the Apostle Peter is the first pope of the Catholic Church, which on paper he is, but he was made the pope after he died. He didn't choose, I'm going to be the pope, I'm establishing this new church, and it's Catholicism. No, Catholics try to justify their position by using the name Peter or using the Apostle Peter as their pope, and try to give them some more legitimacy. In any case, crap, where was I? So let's go with the whole pagan part. So Christmas is very close to the winter solstice, and that is where we get the whole idea of celebrating it at that time of year. It's closest to the winter solstice. There's Saturnalia or Saturnalia. There is Yule, which is a Yule tide, where we get all these Christmas carol songs from. And I forgot the other. Oh, the rising or the birth of the unyielding or invincible sun. So it's a Natulus Invictus Sol, which is a Roman Empire celebration that was celebrated on December 25th. And that date is what remains specific to Christmas. Later theologians tried to justify the 25th because winter solstice is the 21st. Jesus died on the 21st, so it's the shortest day of the year, shortest day and night of the year. Balances out. Wait, no. It is the shortest day of the year, longest night. So that is when allegedly the death of the sun, 3 days for it to be reborn, start growing again, and then, which was 24th, so he's born on the 25th. So that was kind of the justification for using the 25th as the birth of JC. And it coincided with a celebration that was still celebrated at that time, the unyielding sun thing. And of course, you had other pagans that were Saturnalia, Yule, and a few others, just depending on what region they were, but mostly Central Europe, which would be the Germanic, the Balkans, and all the areas there for the celebration around the winter solstice, but depending on their religion, their faith, their beliefs. So as Catholics grew power, they were like, hey, you can either be persecuted and shunned and kicked out or killed, depending on the time of Catholic power, or you can start celebrating our celebration, which you can still celebrate yours, but you have to give it our name, essentially. So you can still be pagan, do whatever you want, but you have to use our names for these celebrations. Fast forward to, I think it was 1000 or 1100 AD CE, which is a whole other thing. So for point of reference, what we call 2022, 2020, the current year that we live in, used to be called AD, Anno Domini. But because people are, Christians are too much in power, Christians are offensive, Christians this, whatever. So now it's considered or called the Christian era, CE. Same thing, just depending on whether you're liberal, Christian, whatever your belief or whatever your alignment is as to what you want to acknowledge, the current year being 2022 at the time of this recording. We're actually off by 4 to 6 years because of the Gregorian calendar and the Julian calendar, and people kind of fucking up and not taking into account leap year and a few other things. But essentially, we're off by 2 to 6 years for when Jesus Christ was born. So Jesus was born between 4 and 6 BC. Because we don't have an exact date, we don't know when he was born, so it's a whole thing. So technically, we should either be 2026 or 2028 right now, if we were counting JC's birth as year 0. And because we don't know when he was born, we're off by 6 to 7 months, depending if you're going back or forward, trying to count it. And again, the whole Gregorian calendar, Julian calendar, and not accounting for leap years, or not accurately accounting for leap years. Train of thought. What was the other one? Oh, yeah. St. Nick. So between 1000 and 1100 AD, there was a Greek man, Nicholas something of some Greek town. He was in the Balkans and around Turkey, giving out secret gifts, which essentially gives us the birth of Santa Claus, St. Nicholas. And Nicholas is a Catholic, was he a bishop? Forgot what his title was, but he was made into a saint because he allegedly performed 3 miracles and were later verified after his death. He had a church in his name in and around that area in the Middle East, if I'm not mistaken. But point is, we get the idea of Santa Claus from him. So it's all these amalgamations of different things that are supposedly tied to Jesus Christ. And so I find it amusing when Christians say keep the Christ in Christmas, because a lot of people will say Happy Holidays or Merry Xmas, whatever. But in essence, we're still celebrating Christmas. We're still going out and buying presents, giving them to random people, giving them to friends and family, and perpetuating this lie. So I like fucking with Christians whenever they say keep the Christ in Christmas and they don't know the whole story, or even that JC wasn't born on the 25th. So that's reason one that I don't like Christmas. Reason two, if you're new here, you probably don't know that I am a widowed, orphaned, only child. Now, I don't mean orphan like I was born without parents or my parents abandoned me or died when I was a young kid. I was a young teen when my mother died and my father passed away 12 years ago. So, orphaned in the sense that I don't have parents anymore. And widowed because my wife passed away 5 years ago, or almost 6 now. And an only child because I have no siblings. I have half siblings, but didn't grow up with them. So, from Thanksgiving to New Year's, essentially, just amplifies the fact that I'm alone. Yes, I have my brothers and sisters in green, military brothers and sisters. I have my Masonic brothers. I also have friends and family, and my Derby family, and some close friends that happen to be podcasters as well. But those people, as much as I love them, as much as I appreciate their friendship, they cannot fill the vacancy of not having parents and my wife passing away. Love them to death. Do anything I can for them. And, forgot to mention, a carnal I have in Dallas. He'll probably never hear this, but I want to acknowledge him as well. But the point being is, this whole holiday season thing just amplifies that. And I'm sure there's other people that have the same feeling. They may not be widowed, they may not be orphaned, but they might have the amplification of being alone or being reminded that they're alone. So that's reason 2 for me. Reason 3. It's a pagan holiday. You boil it down, it is a fucking pagan holiday. We are perpetuating a lie of a fat burglar breaking into your house to distribute toys. We're getting our children to believe in this lie and getting them to behave so that they get these presents. Very rarely is there anything in there about JC. And I'm Christian. And I'm not Christian in the sense that I'm going to preach to you that you should be a Christian too, or that, it is the correct religion to believe in. I'm Christian simply that I believe that Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior, and he died for my sins. My relationship with him is between him and I. Nobody else needs to know. Don't need to go to church to prove it or to show that I believe in him. And that's the extent of it, or at least of my faith. And I respect everyone else's. I even am curious more about Muslims and Jews as far as what their religions and celebrations go for, and anyone who has a non-Abrahamic God. So, another side note, Jews, Christians, and Muslims all believe in the same God. You might not know that, but it's another little factoid to learn or take away from today. And for my last point, as far as me disliking Christmas, is you will see, or I see, a lot of people post more recently in the past few years, post their videos and pictures or whatnot on social media that they're going out and volunteering and doing good for the world and helping those that are less fortunate. It's a great thing. It's fucking phenomenal. But where are they for the rest of the year? Why are they only doing it during the holidays? And more often than not, it is just one weekend or even a day or a few hours per year that they do this. Now, in my feed, I do know the people that do this year round. And one that I want to give a shout out to is Just Nate with a K. So Just K Nate. He's on TikTok, blowing up there, on Instagram, and hopefully he gets more traction. He's been getting a lot there. Tons of viral videos. Everything I see of his is over 10,000 likes or 10,000 follows or whatever. And he's one of the few people I know that are genuinely good in giving year round, not just during the holidays. So anyways, those are my reasons for disliking Christmas. Hopefully, at the very least, I educated you on something about Christmas that you didn't know. If you did, let me know what it was. In the comments, shoot me up, hit me up on social media, you can find me at sucias.xyz. You can shoot me a text, an email, find me on Reddit, TikTok, Instagram. Hit me up there if you'd rather do that way. And if you did learn something, do me a favor and share this with someone you think, or anyone, and let them know, hey, you need to learn about Christmas. Maybe I won't get you to hate Christmas like I do. Sorry, dislike Christmas the way I do. But hopefully you learned something. And that's kind of the point of my podcast, helping you guys learn to be better you. And hopefully have a better relationship, better sex life, better dating life. Regardless of why you're here, hopefully you'll stick around. And no matter what happens, I just want you to know, I love you. You are worthy of it. Till next time, besos. That means kisses, by the way. Oh, and if you're still here, I'm going to take 3 weeks off. So this will be the last episode for the year. I'll see you mid-January, 3 weeks from now. So see you then.